Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Riftbreaker with me, Skuzz. We are busy exploring our planet here, and this is our farming base. And we have this incoming attack that we need to prepare for. And I am going to take a stroll in this direction and actually encourage them to follow us. Get them to come in this way.
Danger! An aggressive horde has entered the area. It is less than a minute away.
Get some defenses in. I don't think we can provide enough power for that, but we'll try.
A new technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for crafting.
Here they come. And we still got this repair suit on. Here comes the map. Just what's coming here? Acid gas. Okay, should be okay. Base. No, you're still okay. These were part of the attack or just in the vicinity. Yeah, and with that attack over, I'm going to sell stuff we don't need. Leave all of that up there though. Yeah, so we've got some power.
I'm detecting a sudden change in air humidity and wind speed. A fog is forming up.
It's to the main base.
This fog is very dense. It's affecting the efficiency of our solar panels and wind turbines. Based on my calculations, it shouldn't last for long.
Let's go out to
It looks like some of these creatures' attacks are originating from a common points near our
base. So okay.
Interesting. We should go and investigate that area.
Yeah. Board. It's gonna be a problem. We do need to go sort that out. Yeah, we'll go for a little bit of a explore. Those guys we can ignore. We can scan as we're going along. Always concentrate on scanning.
The fog is gone. Base efficiency is back to normal.
So this way we also get to explore the map. See, these big natural walls make great base defense structures too. Yet. This is weird.
This looks like a nest of some sort.
Nice.
We should clear it out and reduce the strength of hostile attacks.
There is a lot of them inside. This might be difficult.
Also be waking up things we shouldn't.
Warning! A new group of hostile creatures is coming.
No, we
from
got
a
them
nearby
out in
nest.
time.
This should stop them from gathering in this area and improve our chances of survival.
Every bit helps.
There's a lot of this stuff around. These guys at my base there. Take care of this guy very carefully. Pick him up. Come to me, please. There we go. First mines are empty, yeah. Good idea to add storage over here. So add ammo storage in this map. Yeah. Have the better. They can be very power hungry. Let's just add a plate there.
A new technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for research completed.
Um, uranium. Take it just yet. Okay, hazelnut. Okay, let's get that forefront of our queue. Okay, so equipment wise, let's go crafting. Yeah, so let's get a nice new rocket launcher.
Crafting completed.
There's the shotgun rocket launcher with our upgraded versions, and we can add crit chance. That's a good one. Let's see, firing rate. Okay, let's do that for rockets. Movement skill. Okay, we haven't got any new ones of those.
Crafting.
Okay, if we want to do our first farm here, we're going to need water together with power. Let's see.
Base is under attack.
Base. Hey, come on. Leave my base alone. Rotating. It's not. The structure we need now is this one. So we want the cultivator. And we can see the area of effect. Now these areas will grow later on. So I'm just going to do one for now. And then we want at least the 3 harvesters per structure. Yeah, and then we got to choose what we're harvesting. So this is what's going to come out of the items. You can see these plants, the ones I like, gives you 4 different things. Cobalt, that is something we are mining heavily at the moment. Hazelnut, I think, is something new. So get just our base resources. Don't want anything that explodes on us. We can just do that crystal for now. That coming in from 2 areas. So the thing we're battling with here is not enough sludge. Okay, so let's take more piping. Those in. Yep, got to deal with this attack. This is going to come in likely right here. So let's give some defensive structures in place. So this will give us slightly better. Okay, so we've got some defense down here, but nothing up the side. So I want to go meet these guys.
Is moving in on our base. They are almost upon us.
It's at the range of our base. Let's hit quickly. Yes. Here they are. Easier if we go out to meet them often. Also gives us time. Yeah, that's going to be our bottom base. Take out as much of this as we can. A new rocket launcher definitely will destroy it. Okay. Let's go take a trip down here. That is a lot of guys. Oops. Okay, at least it's just that. Come on, come on, come on. Fair as we go. Oh, this is a lot of scars. Okay, repair if we can. Repair. We're just gonna keep going, keep skirting around them as best as we can.
Weapon dropped. We can try to recover it later. One of our walls has been destroyed.
One of our buildings has been destroyed. A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
Interesting. It appears that this life form contains large amounts of hazonite in crystallized form. If we can gather more samples of this species, we could learn how to obtain larger quantities of hazonite to craft better equipment and weapons.
We can use the orbital scanner to search for larger populations of this life form. Their presence should lead us to large quantities of hazonite.
We build this outpost of ours.
That's an excellent idea, Mr. Riggs. Our equipment sure could use an upgrade.
Well, we certainly do need some
Orbital scanning finished.
weapons.
Rich location detected. I have marked the rift jump coordinates on the orbital scanner interface.
That was super fast. It looks like there's a lot of these plants, or mushrooms, or whatever we should call them nearby. We can work on proper categorization as soon as we study more samples of the species.
Yeah.
Wind has stopped. This will affect wind turbine power generation.
We need 50 water. I mean, I've got a lot there, and we are generating only 300. That's enough. They require 200 sludge each.
Has been developed.
Okay.
Available for crafting.
Let's join these up. Yeah, don't walk in the stuff. Yeah, that should give me loads of sludge. Water? Are you actually getting enough water? We need 100 water to operate. I think we're producing 50 each, so we're having plenty of water. And I think we've got, yeah, got only needing 800. We've got 1,300 coming in, so we're good on that front. We're good on power. So here we can see we've got these crystals forming, and these guys will farm it away. So if we now go have a look at the orbital area, so this is where our mining base is. I think it'll only give us stats once we leave, because we can see at this where we did a small base, from there we are receiving 6 per second of each of those. Here we actually consuming stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna leave our farm base for a little while. And we need to decide on where we're going next. We need palladium. That is one of the ingredients for some of our weapons. We've got some reconnaissance ones still needing to do. I almost feel like we should cover all the reconnaissance missions, get those out the way. Let's have a look. Let's take a trip to this radioactive deserts. Some of these reconnaissance missions can be quite a handful. Because of these big maps, we're going to be running around quite a bit. I don't know if anyone's seen yet some of the patch notes or of the updates. They're busy working on a co-op mode. That would be quite exciting, especially in the campaigns, if you can have two people exploring at the same time. I think they're planning up to 4 players, or they've done test games of 4 players.
The natural background radiation
Could be quite
in this area
exciting.
is very high. It would kill most living organisms from Earth.
These green crystals are emitting a lot of gamma radiation. Try not to stand too close to them, or they will damage my armor. My standard radiation shielding can withstand these levels of exposure without any damage. However, if the background radiation is so high in this area, then we can expect much more intense sources of gamma particles. These could pose a serious threat.
Our sensors are indicating large quantities of tanzanite within the cacti specimen.
We can use tanzanite as a catalyst for production of high-energy weaponry and equipment. It would be great if we could gather large quantities of this mineral to create something useful.
A broader arsenal of weaponry could undoubtedly help us survive against all these new hostile species. Let's start researching tanzanite handling. The protective atmosphere is also very thin in this area. UV radiation.
So 10's not handling. That's research, and we're going to dump that first. So these are some of the new things we've unlocked. Okay, so this is some of the new stuff we can also research. Repair tools. I think the one we've got on at the moment is this thing. With this one, that'll be better for combat. It also has the repair drones, I think. So let's get that on, and all of these added to the research queue. Too concerned with these just yet. We'll add that in. Doesn't mean we're going to get to it too quickly. Yeah, new items. But that's over here. Reflective armor. We're not using that just yet.
A real threat. No wonder this area looks like a desert. We'll have to improve environmental shielding on our structures before setting up a larger outpost in this area.
Ashley, we should gather more data about this area. We can later use the readings from my sensors to develop improved radiation and UV shielding for both my armor and our structures.
Okay, let's try to scout as much area as possible to feed your sensors with enough data.
That's going to help us with explore. So we got to just explore 30% of this whole map now. Now obviously this is a significant map, to get 30% is quite a bit. to actually get to the edge of the map. We just keep... Well... Keep going, scanning everything in sight. Oh, some of these creatures attack each other. Okay, let's keep on scanning. Oh, there we go, we found the edge of the map. Now we just follow it. Oh, oh. Going, keep going. Oh. With the reconnaissance missions, you don't really need an outpost. In some ways it is a good idea. One of the things is if you want to continue exploring or do something on the base, if you complete the mission, or okay, let's go, say if you haven't completed the mission yet, when you die you respawn or reconstruct, and you can keep going. When your mission's completed and you die, then the only option is to actually respawn at your main base, and then you lose access to this map completely. There isn't much to do on these maps other than explore, because they are there's no real resource deposits on them. Collection of good explore. Keep going. So we're only at 8 of 30. Just got to... Yeah, it's definitely the only headache with the bigger maps, but the positives are a bigger map to play on, build a base on. There's just a little bit more to do. Oh, waking up one of these big guys again. Of course, we wake up a second one. I don't think fire is going to do too much to the big rocks. They seem to be taking it, like, not resistant to it. Definitely need to build some more armories and that to regenerate my ammo a lot faster. At 10%. Well, okay, not 10%, it's a third of the way. 10% of the map, third of the requirements. This familiarity is definitely something we need to keep going with.
Ashley, I'm detecting a new species of creatures that have very unusual movement characteristics.
That sounds very interesting. The creatures in this biome are unlike anything that we've seen before. Let's go to its suggested location and try to learn more about it.
We have finished researching tanzanite handling. We can start
That
researching
way.
new weapons and equipment based on this mineral. However, please bear in mind that we will need to obtain this resource to craft these new inventions. The purple cacti, in which we originally discovered tanzanite, could be a good lead.
Let's gather more samples of this plant to study how it manages to synthesize this material. It's our best lead.
Ashley, I have already detected an interesting location with dense groups of these cacti. Research completed.
Yeah, that's Tanzanite. So we want. Let's add some of the shielding in. Stuff still to discover.
It is nearby, and we can jump there. Through the orbital scanner interface.
Okay.
Okay, we'll jump
Let's
to
do
that
as
nest
soon as
later.
we've secured our current objective.
Yes. Definitely not getting our ammo charged up as effectively as I would like. Might be missing a resource or something. It's just very slow. Conserve as much of it as I can. Yeah, these big purple plants are very good. So we want to scan as much of those guys as we can. And these little guys are pest. Now they're in my way.
Weapon dropped.
Oh, that's not a good thing. Luckily it's just my sword. But see, when we reconstruct now, this is where it's gonna be where we originally spawned. And if we get a chance to get to our map, yeah, that is far away. One of the tricks we can do, I should have done, is you can plop down plates all over the place, and does help getting back to where you were. So let's take a nice stroll.
Detecting dangerous sun activity. Ashley, there is no protected atmosphere over this desert. We're going to sustain damage.
The sun is burning our armor and structures.
Shade to hard. Oh. Oi, 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 oi.
Weapon dropped.
Oh. And again.
Solar radiation is getting back to normal.
Two weapons to go and pick up. Let's dump one of these little miners I've got. Oh, don't run through the stuff. Doesn't help me at all. First weapon we dropped, and of course there's more of these guys. Holy moly. Okay.
You place this structure on quicksand. It is going to slowly sink into the sand. We should research extra stable floor tiles so we can place them over quicksand to prevent sinking.
I have to do that. Oh, come on. Those there. Woo. That guy hits hard. Okay, okay. These need to come off. Building anything at the moment, so I'd rather have the armor. Even if it's level 1, it's better than nothing.
Base is under attack.
Yeah, that's okay. Actually,
A portal has been destroyed.
it's just a portal. Whoa. I get. There we go. Yay, pick up a long lost weapon. Yeah, well, through all of this, we've managed to get ourselves to 23 out of 30. Just keep on moving. We're almost at this spot. Yeah, well. Not awaken the big rock dude. In here.
Fascinating. Look at this creature. It has a very dense and thick carapace, yet it moves very swiftly over sand. We should study this species further.
I can sense a few of these creatures in this area, but this won't be enough to gather samples for research.
Let's pass this creature's characteristics to the orbital scanner and look for a location where we can find more of them.
Affirmative, Ashley. We should have some results available shortly. Orbital scanning completed. We found a location that looks like a breeding ground for the Stregoros species. We can go there to study it further.
The Stregoros species is fascinating. Its carapace is built from an incredibly strong and light form of carbochitinous plating.
If you
It's
miss
perfect
this
for these
mission,
sandy deserts, as it allows these creatures to move quickly over quicksand.
you
despite
don't get
their
that
mass.
armor.
We've gathered enough samples to start researching new technology that will enable us to place special floor tiles over quicksand that will prevent our buildings from sinking.
So now if you miss that, like if you just complete your objective and go, you can't build those tiles. And believe me, creating a base without those is very difficult. Not impossible, but it's a lot harder. What are we at? 26.
Research completed.
So there is extra stable floor tiles. Make sure. Yeah, we've scanned some of these, but haven't actually got enough of them to unlock the research. Gonna have to head back to the main campus soon, just to get the next levels unlocked and fortify the base. While we explore, we land up finding new creatures, new plants, so it's good to get a good range of the map. So we've covered a fair amount of this map.
New buildings are available for construction.
Environmental scanning completed. We've gathered enough data to start developing advanced UV shielding and radiation shielding in the alien laboratory.
Mr. Riggs, I think that we can use the natural background radiation data that we've just gathered to filter out the naturally occurring radiation within the desert dome. We can use the orbital scanner to search for even higher condensations of radiation to pinpoint a possible location for extracting nuclear fuel necessary to finish constructing the rift station.
Affirmative, Ashley. We should have some results available shortly. Orbital scanning completed. Ashley, we've detected a new area within the desert biome that can potentially contain higher condensations of radioactive elements. I have marked its location on the orbital scanner interface.
Excellent. We should go there as soon as possible. It would also be good to have the radiation shielding research finished before going on that mission.
I'm stuck.
Storms.
Ah. I've lost that weapon and now. Okay, if that's been updated then. Oh, and you couldn't return here. Well, I definitely want to pick up my shotgun. Nothing new.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
I just want to pick up my dude. Okay, clear you out. Come on. Okay.
Research completed.
Those, which is good. Gas mine 2. Okay, we can do gas. do artillery 2 that we haven't even got level 1s in place. Those are still in there. Okay, wait, that we want to get up front. Environmental shielding, let's get you up front. Radiation shielding, okay, get all of those up front of the queue. Yeah. So technically this area is dealt with. And I think before we explore a volcanic area, look at it, okay, there's our new all our new areas. Let's go back to headquarters. Yeah, so because we don't have an outpost here, it says we won't ever be able to come back to that area, which is fine. And yeah, let's beef up our base. Sell any carbonium and uranium factories that are finished. We're going to need to reinforce our walls. We can get those upgraded. Try and upgrade our weapons facilities, storage units, power, all of that. As these attacks get stronger and stronger as time goes on. And we want to build anything new as well. Things that speed up research, armories, all the nice little goodies. Around and see what can be upgraded or just added in. Level 1.
Construction blocked. Too many buildings of this type.
Okay. Yeah, so we can see a whole bunch of areas where we've finished.
Ashley,
Let's get rid of those. Those are
within Galatea's asteroid belt. One of the smaller objects that have been orbiting the planet has recently changed its trajectory.
What's strange about that? Galatea is a relatively young planet and has lots of moons and smaller rocks in its orbit.
I have not detected any collisions in this object's vicinity, or any other force that could affect its movement. It is also heading straight for our headquarters. It should be flying over our position at any moment now.
Okay, you've got my attention. Let's track this meteor and see where it lands.
all sorts of upgrades. Whoops. Oh well. The whole point is to get our base as upgraded as we can. Oh, there's all sorts of meteors coming in.
The meteorite has landed near our position. I am detecting increased radiation in a very broad emission spectrum. That was not a typical rock.
I'm intrigued. Let's get to that impact location as soon as possible.
Done some of the base maintenance.
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
Yeah, that's all our radiation stuff being done. So this being our most forward, we really don't have defenses here. Get some of those in place. Where did these things land? Oh, right down here. Let's go have a look. Let's see what's going on over here.
The meteorite created a vast crater. The ground has a strange blue glow in this place. Is this Cherenkov radiation?
That's possible. I am receiving conflicting readings. Ashley, please move closer to the center of the crater and use the geoscanner to
Yeah,
gather
we kind
more
of jumped
data
ahead
on
and
the
did
debris.
that.
Okay, is this enough?
Affirmative, Ashley. The remains of this meteorite are emitting huge amounts of dark energy waves. They are off the charts.
That's very odd. What can you tell me about the impactor's composition? It was too small to contain enough dark matter to cause such emissions.
It was almost completely obliterated when it hit the ground. The dust that remains is primarily composed of heavy metal elements.
This is
Error.
part of the
Some of the readings
first
are
expansion.
changing.
How is that possible?
My apparatus is broken, or the sample is unstable. It appears as if some of the heavier atoms are quickly decaying into lighter ones, while others are fusing into heavier elements.
That's nonsense. Such behavior is not possible. That would cause a giant fusion explosion. Nothing could contain so much energy in a stable state.
You are correct, Ashley. However, we still cannot explain the dark energy emissions from this debris.
That's true. We also can't explain why this meteor decided to land right next to our base. That's too odd to be a coincidence. Are there any more objects in Galatia's orbit with similar composition?
Yes. There is a number of similar objects orbiting the planet. They have been here since
Stories.
before we arrived. They have different composition than most of the planet's surface.
Most of the planet's surface? Is there an area on the planet with similar composition as those meteors?
Yes. Our initial planetary scans have mapped a large valley that looks like an ancient impact crater on one of the continents. Its resonance spectrum indicated large quantities of heavy metals. This area does not seem to contain any resources that are required to construct the rift station, so it was not marked as important.
The meteor that landed here must be a fragment of some larger object that collided with Galatea a long time ago, and as a result, created that crater. Mr. Riggs, can you chart rift jump coordinates to that metallic valley?
Affirmative, Ashley.
Okay, let's go there as soon as possible.
Yeah, so that's part of the new, or the most recent, expansion. It's quite a lot of new gameplay, some new weaponry. It's a fun area to explore. Okay, you can see I'm selling a lot of these mines. Um, it's not necessarily a good thing. We've mined them out, which means we need to discover more.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
Open up some more of this map. Need to see in the long run where we're going to build our final defense wall. I mean, our base doesn't have to go on forever. Here's some good natural, I suppose I should be scanning. A good natural barrier to work around. Okay, let's take you out while we these means it's just a lot less resources being generated. We still got a 47 up, which is good on that. Yeah, this area is going to be really interesting. Build a defense down somewhere between all these points. Yeah, so there's our base upgrade that we've been waiting for. I'm not going to do that just yet. I think we're going to close out our episode right here. Because one of the things I want to do is have sort out our power. This is night time. We've got a significant power deficit. I want to make sure we've got everything built and upgraded that we can.
A hostile group of creatures is heading towards our base. Prepare for an incoming attack.
Yeah. Forcings, put in some of our new towers. That's already attacking stuff that's nearby. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is let this battle arrive, and then we will end the episode post this event. Because the goal is like what I've just done here. We want to do that in multiple locations before we really request that the big onslaught. Because remember, as soon as we upgrade our base or headquarters, there's a significant attack that comes. But we need to upgrade to get all this to the next level to be able to unlock the next set of weapons. We're currently busy with these at the moment. That is definitely something we want to add on. Yeah, so we got a few minutes, or a minute so before this next attack comes in. We have upgraded everything on the base we can. Build, we've got all of those in. That yet. Yeah, we got level 2s. One of the things we can do is we can hop back to our cobalt or our farming area and just upgrade all those cobalt mines to mining level 2. Just keep that extraction rate going. Okay, so let's deal with this attack and then we will finish the episode. So let's see how well all this goes.
Base is under attack.
Yeah, we seem to be having an issue down below here. Okay. An area we did not reinforce.
New technology has been developed.
Oh, and there's quite a hectic amount of guys here.
One of our walls has been destroyed.
Okay. Oh, was not expecting such a heavy presence down here. Oh, no. Don't need anything in the console. Wow, okay. Let's get rid of all of that. Don't need that anymore. But we definitely need to repair this area. That was quite a heavy attack. Took out a radar. Okay, never a good idea. And I haven't started dealing with double walls and things just yet. It is something it's a good idea to do.
For crafting.
Okay, I think we can finish up here for today. We've made some progress. We've explored a whole bunch of areas. We've unlocked a whole bunch of new spaces that we're going to be exploring in our future episodes. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe to stay tuned. Please let me know if you want to see a greater frequency of these. At the moment, I'm just doing them one episode a week. But with the amount of exploration we need to do, I can have a look at maybe expanding that to twice a week. Might be a good idea. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.